Hey guys, it's Shane. Just wanted to do a little quick unboxing for you tonight. Kind of explain why I purchased this. First of all, I just want to let you know this is from Midway, USA. Not the first place I think of purchasing a pocket knife, for sure. I've bought plenty of stuff from Midway, USA, but never any knives. I want to explain why I did purchase this from Midway, USA. As you can see clearly on the box there, you can tell what I bought. This is the Format Scout. I recently gifted my Code 4 to a fairly new knife guy. He is definitely an EDC guy. He is definitely a tool-oriented guy. His name is John from over at the Fossil channel. That's all one word, lowercase, the Fossil channel. John's a great guy. Does a lot of reviews on Swiss Army knives and flashlights and ham radios, that type of thing. But I hadn't really delved into the pocket knife realm very much, so I kind of wanted to introduce him to the knife world, and I sent him my Code 4. My Code 4 was my dedicated truck knife, so I wanted to replace that. I try to keep anything in my truck. I don't want to keep a knife over $100 in my truck. Ever since my Spyderco Manix XL got stolen out of my truck. So this is what I went with. I went with the Format Scout. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory why I went with the Scout as my truck knife. I do believe in the old adage that anything you can do with a small knife, you can do with a big knife, but there's things you can do with a big knife that you can't do with a small knife. So I wanted a big knife to keep in my truck. You know, and the fact that it's in my truck doesn't mean that it doesn't get used. There are those days when I get up and I walk out the house, I'm in too big a hurry or there's something on my mind and I forget to put a knife in my pocket. Those are rare, but it does happen. So I like to keep a truck knife just for those days, so when it does happen, I realize, oh man, I didn't grab a knife. I always know there's one in my console, ready to go in my pocket if needed, or in the case of an emergency, you know, always have that good hard use knife. This is most certainly a hard use knife. You can tell by looking at that blade stock, even though there is a swedge cut into it, you can see right here how thick the blade stock is on this knife. Just to give you a comparison, here's my Spyderco Shaman. Here is the Format Scout, both pretty hefty blade stocks. You know, the Format Scout comes with the tried and true, the strongest lock mechanism ever made, designed by Mr. Demko, the Triad lock. So, you know, I have zero worries there of the lock holding up. One thing I do like about the Formats over the Code 4, I will say, and I don't know if it's just access. I had a lot of trouble disengaging the Triad lock on the Code 4. I don't know if it was sticky. I don't think there was anything wrong with it. I think it just didn't ergonomically. It didn't work great for me, and what many of you guys know, my jacked up hands. This lock I can disengage with ease. It's much simpler for me to disengage and close. This is definitely a heftier, hardier work knife than the Code 4 is, in my opinion. It comes with these super high traction Grivery handles and an AUS 10A blade steel. I knew it was going to happen. You know, AUS 10A is already getting a bad reputation because the Demko 20.5, they ran it way too soft. Guys, there's absolutely nothing wrong with AUS 10A. It is every bit as good a steel as 14C that everybody's raving about. You know, it just you know, they failed us on that particular batch. It wasn't heat treated well, so therefore it doesn't hold an edge very good. I've had AUS 10A from even from Chinese companies like Kubi that held up very well. You know, this thing, as you can see, like almost any ColdSteel you buy, it just comes. You see those curls, guys? When you can cut paper and create these little curls, that is a that is a definite sign of this knife is plenty sharp to do anything you want it to do. Will it shave? I don't know. I don't have any hair left on my forearms to find out. But yeah, this is a great knife. Now I want to cover why I bought it from Midway USA. I've seen this knife priced, you know, at $100 for a long, long time. I've seen it over $100. I know Amazon runs it on special, sells a little cheaper every now and then. Guys, listen to me. There are a shit ton of ColdSteel clones on Amazon. ColdSteel's boxing is so generic that it's very easy for, you know, these Chinese clone companies to copy it. I just don't trust it. I don't want to buy, I don't like to buy any knife off Amazon. However, I know that ColdSteel is one of the most cloned knives on Amazon, so I just avoid it. I've also heard a lot of complaints of people buying knives, ColdSteel knives on Amazon that, you know, I can't say if it was a clone or not, but the quality not being there. Maybe it was a clone, maybe ColdSteel, you know, maybe they're not as picky about the QC on the knives they're shipping Amazon. I don't know. I'm just not doing it. So anyway, somebody suggested in one of the chats that that I check Midway. Like I said, I've never thought of Midway for knife purchases. So I went there. This thing was $55. $55 on Midway. That's an incredible price. That's a 4-inch blade of good heat treated OS 10A. You know, the strongest knife locking mechanism on the planet. I mean, how can you go wrong? You know, and another great thing about this ColdSteel and about a lot of ColdSteels, no, it's not made in the USA. You guys know how much I love made in America, but it is made in Taiwan. And Taiwan is a democratic country that as bad as I hate to say it, guys, our tax dollars, we've spent billions of dollars trying to keep Taiwan that way. You know, we protect them with our military. China wants to take them over so bad they can't stand it. We're the only thing stopping that from happening, or at least we were. You know, with the people we've got in office now, I'd be shocked if Taiwan makes it another couple of years. But anyway, you know, Taiwan's our friend. So even if you can't afford, you know, $250 for an American-made knife, or you know, $150, $100 for an American-made knife, you don't have to buy from a communist country, guys. You can buy a high-quality, heavy-duty, a damn nice knife for $55 out of Taiwan. And it doesn't have to be this big chunking format Scout. Guys, the Ontario Rat 1 and Rat 2 are both made in Taiwan. Like I said, guys, you don't have to send your money to a country that is committing genocide by the thousands. You don't have to fund that with your dollars. You guys know I love USA made stuff. I understand not everybody can afford it, but guys, don't sell out your kids and your grandkids to a country that has openly stated that they want to see us fail, that they hate us, and yet we have zero issue shipping them our money. You know, we have guys here on YouTube who are, you know, used cars salesmen slinging that Chinese shit all day, every day, you know, because it's what gets the views and it's what makes the money. I hope that their future generations will forgive them, because I'm not doing it. Anyway, yeah, so I'll give you a long-term review on this after I get some use out of it. So far, I'm super impressed. Guys, you guys know I appreciate any amount of time y'all spend with me. You know, guys, where you spend your money, that shows where your heart is. Buy American when you can. Peace. Love y'all.